Hello and welcome to Heart of Divination and Astrology. So far I have done 5 videos on incompatible love, and there's been a little bit of a gap, but I've decided to do a 6th, which will be the final one. Most of the time when we hear about sun signs and love, it's concerning compatibility. But I'm going to focus on those incompatible zodiac signs. And many of you will say, well, I know many sun signs who are couples and they get along quite fine. And you don't believe in all this. Oh yes, it is possible. But I'm going to focus on the incompatible love between the Scorpio woman and the Libra man. Libra as cardinal air and Scorpio as fixed water often create bubbles, pop. The Scorpio woman is fashionable, if not sophisticated or just flashy. Put it this way, she even knows how to impress with minimum effort. You know those type of Scorpio women. It's that hypnotic and magnetic appeal which seizes a brother's attention. She is not oblivious to her power, oh no, in fact, she's well aware of the impact made on others. Providing there is some level of subtlety about her glamour, she can woo the affection of a Libran man. He's likely to be ranked high on the list when it comes to style, and Venus as his ruler grants much grace. You see, both of them have certain standards and expectations that ought to be met, and the liberal man will dance with you by candlelight, hold your hand while gazing at the sunset, and keep you warm indoors as the rain falls. The two of you have a mutual respect for aesthetics, beautiful locations, music, art and design are appreciated. A man with cardinal hair knows how to converse on current affairs. As an abstract thinker and intellectual, he is able to gain your focus. Yes, your focus, Scorpio woman, who seeks knowledge too. And most importantly, he is eager to please, since partnership is one of the many reasons that inspires him to live. He'll do anything and everything for a relationship to work, because love is as vital as the air he breathes. Now this is a man made for love. Ultimately, the Scorpio woman wants commitment. When genuinely interested, she is prepared to give 120% for a man that presents well, intelligent, charming, with a heart of gold. You know, very reasonable. She is a watery woman and feminine in polarity, and does not mind investing energy into the right man. Her co-ruler Mars sees this as imperative. So far so good, we could all say. And money may not be the cause of too much contention, because the Libra man can have meticulous financial plans, although many accumulate debt due to good living. Nevertheless, this ain't an issue if he has the ability to earn a decent income or live within his means. And they can be quite good at this. Although he can treat you with gifts, he doesn't want someone dependent upon him. He is not so lavish as the Taurus man, who is ruled by Venus also, or trying to impress women as does the Aries personality, Libra's polar opposite. Scorpio likes to hold and control her money, but she's not necessarily mean. What's hers is hers, and there is a little give and take with regards to finance. However, the approach to money differs in that survival for Libra is well-researched investments that bring long-term security, whereas the Scorpio is compelled by the instinct for self-preservation through organized finances from various sources. And what you both have in common is the weakness for luxuries. On occasions, there are no qualms with buying expensive goods. Neither of you are without fault, or none of you are better than the other. Scorpio is guilty of overindulgence, and Libra has been known to be a shopaholic. So I suppose a joint bank account is likely to be a bad arrangement. And the sun sign Libra is in the 7th house of the zodiac wheel, and it marks a shift in the direction towards relating to others. All the other previous houses are concerned with internal awareness. So Libra primarily is the beginning of union and outward expression. Libra symbolizes the scales, restoring balance between opposing forces and promoting equilibrium. Remember, the scales are an emblem for the deity Mahat, representing justice, peace and righteousness. And for the more evolved Libra man, he is a principled brother that gravitates to order and discipline. Will at least try to, anyway. It is not particularly a preference for the possessive Scorpio woman. This is the onset of destruction. The fundamental reason why this coupling is likely to lead to a disaster. And I have given this pair a 2 heart rating. Libra's Venetian qualities can induce the most disagreeable response from a Scorpio woman. The Libra man has a Scorpio woman's partner is expected to be utterly loyal and faithful. The last thing you want is to be at the receiving end of the Scorpio woman's vengeance. And of course, the Libra man will confess that his friendly, agreeable demeanour is nothing to fret over, and explain he cannot help being so amicable. If he is foolish enough to stray, the legendary Scorpion jealousy will play its part. Oh yes, the Scorpio sting is no joke, since an attack is the best form of defense, and this can even happen without provocation. Funny enough, some Scorpio women are inclined to clandestine affairs themselves. This highly sexual side, for them, there is a clear distinction between lust and love, and nevertheless, being a victim of infidelity does not go down well. If the Libra male happens to keep female friends, his Scorpio mate will definitely be suspicious. She mistrusts most people, especially other women around her man. And as a Scorpio water signs, emotions are intense and reach the depths of the ocean bed. Subconsciously, she fears abandonment. In fact, she is oblivious to many of the underlying reasons for her own behavior. And this explains why the moon is in detriment in the 8th house of Scorpio. She's unconscious of the emotional tides which dominate the personality. Thus, to gain control involves the manipulation of her Libra lover. She must be in a position of power. And unfortunate for Libra, this will be easy to accomplish because he is so cool, calm and collected. And if he's intelligent enough, he'd just run. That's the truth. Just run. Because instead of communicating her needs, the Scorpio woman, try to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Being open and transparent is not always the way forward. She's too reserved and secretive. And this forms part of her protection, a sort of shield. So she is well armed and prepared for confrontation. Libra is a diplomat and finds the intensity of Scorpio's approach extremely overbearing. He knows how to handle the healthy balance between being emotionally detached and being affectionate. And any expression of hostility is totally unacceptable. You see, he came into existence to bring beauty, peace and harmony to the world. And although very understanding and able to comprehend all perspectives, he will not be controlled or manipulated. Freedom in a relationship is a birthright. There will be no hesitation but to go separate ways. This is a dilemma difficult to compromise. And there is no time for indecision either. Complications only make matters worse. And the Libra man seeks perfection in a relationship as an idealist. He will go as far as to tell his Scorpio sweetheart, sweet nothings to maintain a state of tranquility. Oh, this little white lies will infuriate Scorpio further, since she knows him much better than he is able to even conceive. And she's a very intuitive person who knows his weaknesses and strengths and can utilize this advantage as weaponry. And even worse, if she is a mystic, possibly delving into the occult, there is maybe no opportunity to gain the upper hand. Poor Libra. What can he do but wave the white flag or walk away? It's that Mars and Venus compilation that unites the male and female, but also a cause for conflict. And when the contrasting element of each sun sign doesn't work together too well, this scenario is a real shame, or as a real life situation, a shambles. Scorpio needs a partner so much. A need for a partner renders her vulnerable, and Libra's requirement for love makes him a people pleaser. What a dynamic. And at best, the sex is great, not worth elaborating on why this cannot stand the test of time. And at the other side of the spectrum, the Libra man may consider his Scorpio woman a masochist. And this is what we would call no consolation in this department of the relationship either. So Scorpio has to make the breakthrough. And its Pluto as a co-ruler facilitates transformation, change. The phoenix rising from the ashes. She must come to terms with her shadow self, admit her flaws and address them once and for all. It is the death of the old way of being which no longer serves, and transmuting these energies, habits, to embrace the new is radical for fixed water. And Pluto allows her to annihilate all outmoded belief systems, to be reborn into a life of harmony with the entire universe. For the Libra brother, impartiality is not going to cut it. Too wishy-washy for the Scorpio, because she digs for facts. And depending on his level of consciousness, Libra's esoteric ruler, Uranus, aids in finding unusual solutions to these relationship problems. We all know all things are possible. And despite the incompatibility of the Libra man and the Scorpio woman relationship, there is hope if the Libra man has a moon placement in either Cancer or Pisces. Then he can ride the turbulent waves of the Scorpio's emotions with more ease. Also, the blessings of being a Pisces or Cancer rising is beneficial if these zodiac signs have water elements too and can cope with the turbulent and volatile disposition of the Scorpio woman. A Venus placement in Pisces would make all the difference, and Scorpio's jealousy and possessiveness would be dealt with more attentively by the Libra man. And if the Scorpio woman has a moon placement in Libra, her emotions are calm and clarity aids rational thinking, and her feelings are not so potent. And obviously, a Libra, Aquarius or Sagittarius rising helps tremendously. Fire and earth signs are easier to integrate as elements. And Venus in the sign of Aquarius expresses itself as gracious, well-bred when dealing with romantic love. The passion is less piercing, and she is able to respect Libra's need for autonomy and not be so domineering. You see, the problems between the Scorpio woman and the Libra man all stem from the soul journey. Because Libra has come into the world to unify opposing energies and forces. They have come to create some kind of union between their spiritual life and material world, and therefore create an equilibrium. And since Libra is the 7th house, Scorpio, who's in the 8th, is further ahead, in the sense that Scorpio has gone beyond the union of opposites. It's the death of the individual. Because they come to seek a greater truth, and that greater truth obliterates all falsehood. Don't mess with the Scorpio woman. Her venom is very toxic.